you so much, and thank you for inviting me today. So hi, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Lauren Heaney. I'm the Gambling Harm Lead at Simon Community Scotland, and we partnered with Fast Forward at the start of the year, and we had a few separate aims that we are hoping to achieve by the end of this year. So the first one was to raise awareness of gambling and gambling harm within our staff at Simon Community so that they can identify and signpost to relevant support services. We were also looking to normalise gambling and gambling harm conversation with people that we support who are experiencing homelessness, to start to reduce stigma within gambling and gambling narrative. The third was to create tailored pathways for women, and the fourth was to create tangible links between gambling, homelessness and trauma. The fourth one that we've been doing is to create an e-learning and a toolkit, which I'm pleased to be able to say that we're able to show you today. So it'll be the first showcase of it, which is going to be fantastic. But yeah, just a little bit about Simon Community. Firstly, we're an organisation that supports people experiencing homelessness or at risk of homelessness. And we work throughout Scotland, and we do it in different ways. We've got hubs in Glasgow and Edinburgh, one just round the corner from here, where people can go into for support. That can be from their benefits to lawyers to medical clinics. We also have outreach services, so people who are on foot or on bike, who engage with people who are experiencing rough sleeping in the city. We also have initiatives that we run. Gambling is one of these at the moment. We also have support groups for people who are living in the city, who are actively using substances. And we have supported accommodations in Glasgow, Edinburgh, Perth and North Lanarkshire. And these are areas where people can live from 6 weeks in emergency accommodation to up to 2 years, with our staff being able to support them. And our aim was to incorporate gambling and gambling harm throughout all of our services this year, in different ways, through different initiatives. So to talk about our partnership with Fast Forward, we have been focusing on an e-learning and toolkit. So this e-learning and toolkit is going to be focused primarily for people who work to support people who are experiencing homelessness. And it is a 10-section, quite comprehensive educational piece that we've created. And if I can just ask Paolo to jump onto the page for me just now. So the e-learning is going to be sent to all of the housing associations in Scotland, and to different organisations that support people experiencing homelessness. So this is the starting page. And if we go into access course, this is a little sneak preview that you'll get to see today. So this is what it's going to look like. Because it's going to be primarily for support workers, we've split it into sections so people can jump in and out. It doesn't all have to be completed at once. But if we just pop into the section called stigma, please, Pablo. And each section starts with an introduction and a lived experience story. And these stories come from people we support at Simon Community who are experiencing homelessness and gambling harm. So what we've done is we've been creating case studies by speaking to people and normalising conversation in our services. And we've had conversations with them, and these stories have been condensed into smaller kind of one minute sections. And people at Simon Community have recorded their stories on their behalf. So if we just press play, we'll be able to listen to one of them just now. This is someone we support in our supported accommodation in Glasgow, and this is their experience.
I remember my first bet. It was Leona Lewis on the X Factor. I seen her singing on the TV at my wee mum's house, and I left. Went straight to the bookies and put her on to win. Not even boot camp stages. The bookie was asking me, "Are you sure?" I knew she'd win though. And she did. Do you remember her? She was so good. I knew she was a winner. After that, my gambling started to get bad. In 3 months, I lost my relationship with my mum, my partner, my accommodation and all my savings. I was staying in sheltered accommodation at the time, and they kicked me out because I couldn't pay the gas and lecky. No one asked me if I was gambling, and I never told anyone. You're always asked about drugs and alcohol, but not about gambling. They should ask you as soon as you enter accommodation, do you gamble? It's so stigmatised. More than drugs and alcohol, I think. Why do you think that is? I think it's because people don't know what's happening out there right now, all the time. You can spot someone drinking or taking something. Can you see someone gambling though? How long have they been in the bookies for? You don't know if you're just walking past. How much money have they just spent on their phone? Could be the person next to you on the bus. Boom, all their life savings just gone. I used to gamble a lot. I'm better now. I like the Faro machine because you win something on it all the time. You just push the button and all the lights and noises start. I like that. I don't know why. I used to be big into the scratchies too. At one point, 90% of my money was going on gambling. Nothing good comes of it. I lost everything. And no one knew because no one asked.
And I think for me, that's the most important thing about this. No one asked. And that's what we're really focusing on at Simon Community now, is to be asking about gambling harm. So this year we have, with the help of the RCA Trust and Fast Forward, trained all of our staff in gambling harm. 60% of our staff so far in gambling harm. And we are hoping to train the rest of the staff as well in gambling as well. Because we can't start asking questions about gambling if our staff aren't trained. They need to be able to effectively signpost to organisations and have the confidence to do that. And that was one of the key things that we really wanted to focus on. In terms of normalising conversation, we've been working with the RCA Trust, who are here today, and they've been hosting a drop-in clinic in our hub in Glasgow. It's 2 members of staff that come and they sit in the hub, and the idea is that with their presence, people are able to come up, ask them questions. Who are you? What are you doing? Can I get this pencil for free? And it's working really well, which is fantastic. And it's really been part of our awareness raising sessions. We've been also working with our support groups and co-producing with the people that we support, because we can't support people if we don't have their opinion. They need to tell us what the support looks like and how our services can be designed. So what's coming next? I'm sorry that I'm really running over my time. I'm a bit of a blather. I'll go very quickly. But this is our coming up next year, and how we're going to be expanding into our services. I will just focus on one part. We're opening a women's centre next month. We are all very excited at Simon Community Scotland. And we are hoping to have gambling harm support in there for women. One thing we're very good at Simon Community is facilitating safe spaces for people, whether it be staff or whether it be people we support. And that is what this is going to be for women. It's going to be a place where they can come, where they can talk if they're affected by their own gambling or someone else's gambling, and have that holistic wraparound support that we're able to provide for people who are experiencing homelessness and gambling harm. So I will leave it there. I think I'm a wee bit over my time, so apologies. But if you've got any questions, I'll be about today, and that's my email as well.